Welcome back, Smart RVers, to another Fast Tip Friday. I'm Eric Stark, the host of the Smart RVer Podcast, and today we're going to be talking about Dometic RV furnaces. Now, Dometic has improved its furnace lineup for 2023, and it's actually simplified the model sizes. So Dometic Furnaces will replace Hydroflame and Atwood furnaces, and we're going to come back to that in a minute. So what problems do you face with your existing furnace? Is the temperature just not warm enough at night? Does it make it hard to sleep? Does the noise of the fan just drive you crazy? I know it does me. I hate the noise. After a while, it just wears on you. Is it draining the battery where it quits working in the middle of the night because it just drains the battery too much? Do you run out of propane because it's using so much propane? Those are some of the problems you might be facing. So Dometic has listened. They've listened to the RVer and they've reinvented the RV furnace by improving its design. Now, it looks like the same furnace. This actually is an Atwood furnace, which has been replaced by Dometic, but they look just like this. There's not much difference in the overall appearance. But the new Dometic furnaces, they're going to warm up your RV about 12% faster. So now you're going to use less fuel and less battery life. The fan is 20% quieter. That's a significant difference in the noise of the fan. And the furnace is going to cycle less because it's more efficient. If it's heating everything up quicker, it's not going to be cycling on and on as much, or on and off as much. When you're dry camping or camping off the grid, the furnace is now working in your favor because it's conserving battery life and propane. So you don't find yourself battling or worrying over those two components to keep your RV warm. Now, will this furnace, the Dometic furnace, replace your Suburban furnace? You know, anything's possible, but it might not be worth it. Suburban furnaces are typically square in shape. You know, they're long, but they're square where they mount. And they have a different exhaust configuration. So it could be done, but it's not going to be a direct replacement like the Dometic would be for the Atwood or Hydroflame. And that actually brings us into the next question. Will the Dometic furnace replace my Atwood or Hydroflame furnace? And you know, there's millions of them out there. Hydroflame's been around since the 60s, I believe. And so Dometic bought Hydroflame, or Atwood bought Hydroflame, and Dometic bought Atwood and Hydroflame. So it's basically the same size. So it will replace it as long as your cabinet is designed to work with the Dometic furnace. And it should be, but sometimes there might be the need of a modification to the cabinet to make it a little bit bigger, change something inside of it. Because, you know, when they're building the RV, they know the size of the furnace, and they just build around it, and they don't really think ahead sometimes. But overall, it's going to be a very doable thing, and it's a do-it-yourselfer upgrade or modification if you have to do that, if you're going to upgrade to the new Dometic one over your Hydroflame or your Atwood. So it's not the end of the world, not at all. And so Dometic has really made the decision-making process for this new furnace very easy too. You know, over the years, you know, there's so many models of furnaces. Every brand has a new model each year, different numbers and different this, different that, different parts. It becomes very confusing. Even to buy a furnace, sometimes it can become very confusing. So now there's really only 5 sizes to choose from if you're looking at the Dometic. So if you're replacing your Atwood or your Hydroflame, you're going to go with the Dometic. That's almost what you have to do. But they make it real simple. There's 5 sizes to choose from. And now that even gets simplified because if you have let's say a 20,000 BTU furnace, well, you're just going to go with a 20,000 BTU furnace. You could upgrade to a different size if you wanted to go 30,000. That's up to you. But the sizes don't change that much. In fact, Dometic has narrowed it down to small, medium, and large. That's it. In the small range, you have 12,000 and 20,000 BTU. In the medium range, you have 25 and 30,000 BTU. And the large is 40,000 BTU. So that's 5 sizes. Now, one of the other differences that you do need to know is that this is called a doorless furnace. There's no door on here whatsoever. So this one mounts in your RV. This is exposed to the outside, the vent right here, and this butts up right against the wall of the RV. So to work on it, you'll have to take the furnace out, whereas a doored model has a door here that has 4 screws holding the door onto the face of it, and you just take the door off to access the circuit board and the various parts to work on it. So it makes it much easier to work on it, but it's still a great furnace. And the manufacturer of the RV is responsible for this. It's not the manufacturer of the furnace. So it just depends on your RV manufacturer, what they decided to put in, where they decided to cut a corner and save a buck, basically is what it boils down to. But either way, it's a rockin' furnace. And door to doorless, you can't go wrong, and you're just going to have to go with you already have if you're upgrading from an Atwood or a Hydroflame. You just go back with the same thing. So now, just for the record, Dometic still sells other models of their furnace. This is a DF series furnace. They still sell other models, but they're all being phased out. So eventually, more than likely in the early part of 2023, this will be the only furnace that's available, the DF series from Dometic, I should say, available from Dometic. So the others are being phased out. And it doesn't mean they're bad. If you can get one at a discount price, by all means, buy it. You can't go wrong with it. But these new ones are the improved ones. And these furnaces, if you buy a new Dometic furnace, it's going to work with your existing thermostat. So you don't have to worry about changing that unless you want to change it. Like go switch up to the Micro Air Easy Touch wall thermostat. Now that'd be a great upgrade. New furnace, new wall thermostat, very nice. But you don't have to do that. So if you're remotely even considering replacing your furnace, I'd give it some serious thought because of how improved this furnace is. Furnaces can be a kind of an annoyance for an RVer because they're not efficient or they haven't been efficient. They're noisy. But these new ones are so much nicer. In fact, just the other day, one of our customers came into our store and told me about the new furnace that we got for him and how much quieter it was and how much more efficient it was. And he bought a new Dometic replacing an Atwood furnace. So it's a great way to go. So if you want to have more information, check out the description below. There's some links there that'll take you to an information page on our website. So I want to thank you for stopping by today, and I'll see you in the next video. And don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe.